A very blessed day, everyone. Greetings to you in the name of the Father, the Creator, the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod, He, Vahu, He. Elohim, God in our modern day name, and in the name of the Lord, Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah. This is Neophyte DAG, and I'm bringing you the continuation of your temporary happiness is from following the plan of Lucifer. We spent a lot of time on Lucifer's plan in the last message. Now we're going to focus on the plan of the Most High. What is the Most High's plan? What is the plan of the Lord for you? Never has anyone explained it to us, saying this is what the Most High wants you to do in order to stay in his blessings continuously forever and forever. And we're going to unveil that plan exactly as it was presented to us by the Most High and the Lord, so you can be no longer in lack of knowledge as to what the Most High and the Lord wants you to do to be a part of their plan. In your Bible, the first page of your Bible, the plan is right there. It's coming directly from the voice of the Most High, as the initiates have wrote it. This is what they're saying as God says, the Lord says. First page of your Bible, that's written there. Genesis 1 verse 28 and Genesis 1 verse 29. God said, that's how it starts out. He blessed you and he said to you, be fruitful, multiply, subdue your surroundings, and eat only herbs, trees, fruits. They all must have seed, and that shall be the only meat for you, no other meat. God said. So that's right there is your foundational plan that God said to you and set out for you to do forever and forever while you are a living being on this planet. It's also known as the cross philosophy. It's also known as the Egyptian Ankh. They put it in as a symbol to represent what is the word and the instructions of the Most High. Here it is again, the Egyptian Ankh, a symbol that was formed out of this. God blessed you, that's the head. He said to you, be fruitful, that's your feet. Everything economic come from your feet. Everything fruitful, all the things that you need to sustain you comes from the ground, which is where your feet rest on. Multiply, increase your people and your strength within those people, and do it righteously. That's your social, your left hand, as part of that Egyptian cross. And then he says, subdue everything around you. Rule over and subdue everything that's around you, whether on the land or in the sea. Subdue it. That's your right hand. And then in your chest area that connects the head, the two hands and the feet, that's what you should eat. Your stomach is in your chest, not in your belly. Go look at the anatomy of a human. Your stomach is in your chest area. That connects the other 4 points. You should only eat herbs, trees, and fruit because you are a herbivore. That's what he put you on the planet as, a herbivore, not a carnivore or an omnivore. You are a herbivore. That's why he said you should only eat these things. That shall be your meat. So let's go back to the Ankh and see what the Ankh is. Head, left hand, right hand, feet. Stomach, that is the food and the diet that you eat. If that stomach, if the center of that cross is messed up, the head crumbles, the two arms crumble, and the feet crumbles. So the center, which is your stomach, the food that you eat, Genesis 1 verse 29, that is what's holding up the entire cross. That's why the Egyptians put it in as a symbol to show you what your life is on this planet. Which brings us to the meaning of ANKH, the Egyptian cross. ANKH, or the key of life, is an ancient Egyptian hieroglyph symbol that was most commonly used in writing and in Egyptian art to represent the word for life, and by extension as a symbol of life itself. So it's telling you that is life. That's the way you should live in order to have the fullness of life. The representation of life, the instruction of life. You need these things to live the life that the Most High wants you to live. That's why he said it to you himself. Blessed you, gave you that connection to him, that's the head. And he said, be fruitful, use the earth to gather up whatever you need. Sow your seeds and you're going to reap the benefit of it. Sow your seeds and you're going to harvest the benefits of it on the earth, but it has to come from the earth. Multiply, I'm going to let you grow as a righteous people if you do these things. And you have to subdue. I'm going to give you the ability to rule over everything that's on the land and in the seas. You're going to have control over it. But you have to eat these things, only these things, in order to have the strength to do these things righteously. If you let what you're eating move away from a herbivore to something else, it's going to ruin your entire life. That's the instruction that was given to you. Not by man or anyone else. It came directly from the Creator to you. You are the cross. You are the life. Not someone dying on a cross. That's another story that Lucifer gave you as part of his deception. But you are the ANKH. The ANKH is life. You are a living being. You're living a life here. So the ANKH is your symbol. Oh, children of Israel. Oh, the children of Jacob. Children of Judah. You are the ANKH, the life. Your father gave you these instructions, putting you on the planet. It's for you. And the reason why I'm spending a lot of time on this, because I'm going to take you to where the Father made an agreement with you regarding Genesis 1 verse 28, Genesis 1 verse 29. And he said, I want you to live by this cross, this ANKH, so you can live the best life that you need to live on this planet while you're here in the flesh. Which brings me to the agreement, the covenant, the contract that the Most High made with you. He made it with your ancestors, which they said it's for all my descendants. They didn't say the contract is only for me and me only. They said, nah, all my seeds, all my descendants, they're going to be under this contract as well. And the Lord said, yes, let it be. So that's where you get the term the covenant people, but you don't know what the covenant is. What was agreed at that time, which is now holding you in that agreement. You need to know it. If you don't know what someone agreed on your behalf for, then how you know you're the covenant people? So it brings us to what a covenant is. Because I have to explain it to you so you understand what was agreed to and what you need to move yourself back to and agree to it. You have already been agreed to it by default. You can't get out of it. So you now have to know what it is so you can say, I'm going to uphold my end of the agreement. You can't be a covenant people if you're breaking your own covenant and not knowing what it is. So a covenant is usually a binding agreement. You're binded to it. You can't get out of it. It's either written or in a promise, but it's under a seal between two people, your forefathers and you and the Lord and God, the Most High. It's a binding, sealed promise. You can't get out of it. It's a pledge, a promise by a covenant. You enter into a contract. Your forefathers entered into a contract which is binding you to that contract now, because they said, all my seed forever is binded by this contract. That's what the covenant is. So if you're going to call yourself the covenanted people, you have to agree and be living by that covenant, or you're going to be in violation of the covenant. You're going to break the covenant unknowingly and getting yourself outside of the agreement. But I have to tell you what a covenant is. It's a contract. In simple term, it's a contract, an agreement that was made by the Lord and the Most High with your forefathers and you. To get an understanding as to what this covenant is and was, we have to go to the book of Jubilees, which is the book of Genesis. Genesis is the summary version of the book of Jubilees. The book of Jubilees gives you the detail. This is book of Jubilees 6, verse 4 to verse 10. And the Lord, though Melchizedek, he made a covenant with Noah. So this is taken from the story of Noah. That's when your covenant started. When Noah survived the flood and he came on dry land, he made a covenant with the Lord, though Melchizedek. The covenant stated that there will be no more floods on the land to destroy the land. No more major catastrophic floods. All the days of the earth, which is America and can also mean the entire planet. Seed time, which is sowing time, which is planting time, and harvest time, which is reaping time, will not cease. Genesis 1 verse 28, be fruitful. The entire land will be fruitful and it will not cease. Everything you need to sustain you comes from the land, and the land will not cease in giving you all the things you need to sustain you. Genesis 1 verse 28, given to you in the covenant, be fruitful, you will be made fruitful. Cold, heat, summer, winter, day and night will never cease. You will have 4 seasons, your winter, your spring, your summer, your fall, because you're in the center of the planet. Shemites, my dark-skinned melanated people, you're given the center of the planet by the Lord in the division of lands. So you will get your 4 seasons. No extreme cold like Japhet got at the north. No extreme heat like Hamites got at the bottom. You're in the middle. You got the temperate zone. So you get all 4 seasons. Never to change. Those landmass is yours forever. And for you, Noah and his descendants, and you're part of that, O children of Israel, children of Jacob, children of Judah, for you increase and multiplied upon the earth. Multiply goes back to your Genesis 1 verse 28. And become many upon it. Multiply. That's the covenant. And become a blessing upon it. God blessed you. Genesis 1 verse 28. Fear and terror of you I will set upon everything which is on the land and sea. Subdue it. Genesis 1 verse 28. And behold, I've given you all these moving things on the earth, all the things that are here with you that you need to subdue. But flesh, which is filled with life, that is with blood you shall not eat. You shall go back to Genesis 1 verse 29, which I gave you, and says, all green herbs, all green things, all fruits which are seeded shall be your meat. Flesh with blood you shall not eat. That's part of your covenant. That is your covenant that he made with Noah for eternity. We'll get to that part. Noah and his sons swore that they would not eat blood, any blood which is in any flesh, and he made a covenant before the Lord forever in all of the generations of the earth in that month. That covers you, all his generation, all his descendants. You're under that net. You can't escape it. This agreement was made between the Lord, Thoth, Melchizedek, and Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, Japheth, forever. So I'm talking now to the Shemites. You're under this binding contract. We identified what a covenant is. It's a contract. So Shemites, aka House of Israel, aka House of Jacob, aka House of Judah, aka dark-skinned, melanated people in America, the Caribbean, Central America, South America, and across the entire planet that fall within the Shemitic line. In your contract, it says, seed time and harvest time will not cease. Let's go to Genesis 1 verse 28. It says, be fruitful. You'll be very fruitful, my Shemitic people. That's in your contract. Also in your contract, Shemites, my dark-skinned melanated people, the house of Israel, the house of Jacob, the house of Judah, the cold and heat and summer and winter and day and night will not cease upon your land that you were given. Your land is in the temperate zone, the middle of the planet. Mixture of hot, mixture of cold, which gives you 4 seasons. You will have that land forever and ever. Your land isn't extreme cold and stays cold all year round. No, your land isn't hot and stay hot all year round. No, your land is temperate, a mixture of hot and cold. That's yours forever. So we have identified those 2 things for starters in your contract. Let's move on to the other parts of your contract. And we have identified increase and be multiplied upon the earth. We go back here. Multiply. That's what it says here. One part of the agreement. That's part of your contract. You're going to multiply. We go back here. You're going to become a blessing upon the earth. Let's go back to the instruction given to you. God bless them. You see the correlation? It's not done. Fear and terror for you. They're going to fear you. Everything that's up on the land and up on the sea is going to fear you because you're going to rule over it and subdue it. And subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. You shall subdue it. Your contract again, he's telling you you're going to do that. He's going to make sure you do it. All you have to do is not eat flesh which is filled with life, that is with blood, you shall not eat it, because the life of all flesh is in the blood, lest your blood be thought for your life. If you eat blood, if you eat flesh, it's going to require your blood and your flesh. So Noah agreed on your behalf. May not say, I didn't make the agreement. Yes, it was. You're his bloodline. So you're under that agreement. You're part of his generation forever. Noah and his son swore. What did they swear? If you eat any blood, you're violating the contract. If you eat any flesh, which is of blood, you're violating the agreement. This agreement lasts forever. So even if you broke the agreement, you can go back to the agreement because it lasts forever. You can jump back on it and be a part of it. So children of Israel, children of Judah, children of Jacob, you can be fruitful. You can sow, you can plant, you can reap, you can harvest as much as you want in abundance. It's for you. It's yours to have again forever. Oh, house of Israel, house of Jacob, house of Judah, increase and be multiplied upon the earth again. Take what's yours again. Become a blessing upon it, and fear and terror will strike all else who's on that land, whether land or sea. They will be stricken with terror of you. So at any time, you can go back to the plan because it's forever. At any time, you can pick up your ANKH. Because that's the promise that was made to you here, and he made sure you signed a contract for Genesis 1 verse 28 and Genesis 1 verse 29. But he's telling you, don't break 29 because your whole life will crumble. That holds up your entire life. Don't break it. That's the contract. Didn't stop there, because he's giving you more meat to that contract. The covenant with Noah and the laws prohibiting eating of blood. There's a law that prohibits it. So whoever is telling you to eat flesh, which is of blood, your chicken, your cow, your cattle, your goat, your this, they are encouraging you to break the laws prohibiting the eating of blood that is in those flesh. And as well, they're encouraging you to break and to violate your contract, which states that you should not eat flesh, which is of blood, which you and your forefathers agreed to. You see where this is going? Why you're kept in your temporary happiness, where someone has encouraged you to break that law which prohibits the eating of flesh, where someone has encouraged you to break your contract by eating flesh when they know your contract states you should not eat flesh. Therefore, the Most High and the Lord spoke to you, O house of Israel, house of Jacob, that you also make a covenant with the children of Israel, Noah. So you think you're escaping this? No, the contract continues. All children of Israel is going to be bounded to this contract. It's a binding contract with the children of Israel with an oath. So you're going to have to swear now that you're going to uphold this contract. It was sworn for you. You just didn't know because someone took you off the agreement. Someone took you off the contract. Someone took you out of the contract. But I'm here to bring it back to your knowledge. You're under a contract. The contract lasts forever. You're just violating it and you were kicked off it. But you can go back to your contract because it runs for eternity. So on account of all the words, all the things that are written in the agreement which the Lord made with the children of Israel for all time, it lasts forever. until he changes it. But it lasts forever. The Most High doesn't switch around. The Lord doesn't switch around because they're undecided. They're fully decided. This testimony is written concerning you, so you might keep it always. It's a written contract. You shall not eat meat, flesh of blood, and everything else that's part of Genesis 1:28. I'll hand deliver it to you. That's what the Most High is telling you in that agreement. Easy agreement. All you have to do is go back to eating as a herbivore. Trees, herbs, fruits. You keep it always unless you ever eat any blood of beasts or of birds or of cattle throughout all your days. Once you eat any of those, you break the contract. You break the contract. You're eating any beast, whatever names you want to give them, goat, pigs, whatever. You're eating any cattle, cows. You're breaking the agreement. Any birds, anything that flies, anything that's on the ground as a bird, your chicken, you're breaking that agreement. And it lasts for all the days. Anytime you eat any of these, you are breaking that agreement. So all your blessing gone. All your subduing and having dominion over the land and the earth and the seas gone. All your multiplying as a nation gone. Your seed time, which is when you sow, and your harvest time, your reaping time, gone. Your blessings, gone. Everything, gone. All that knowledge and wisdom that you had, gone. All your esoteric teaching, gone. All you're stuck with is nothing. All gone. So you're getting the picture as to what happened to Israel while we're in the state right now? Because the man of the children of Israel, the woman of the children of Israel who eats the blood of the beast or the cattle or the bird shall be uprooted, he and his seed, from the earth, which is this planet and as well America. You see why Israel, children of Jacob, children of Judah is in the state that they're in? Aren't they eating the blood of beasts? Aren't they eating the beast? Aren't they eating cattle? Aren't they eating birds? So once you do any of these, you violate the contract. Because he's trying to get you to be the herbivore you are and stick to Genesis 1 verse 29. Command the children of Israel not to eat any blood, so that their names and their seeds, their descendants, might be before the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah, and the Most High, always for eternity. Because if they eat any of those things which violate the covenant, their names and their seeds shall be stricken away and removed from in front of the Lord, because they broke the contract. You see why the children of Israel are in the state they're in. You see why the children of Jacob are in the state that they're in. You see why the dark-skinned, melanated black people in America, in the Caribbean, in Central America, in South America, in the rest of the world are in the state that they're in, because they have violated their agreement, their contract, their covenant with the Most High. They just don't know it, but you are hereby informed of it, because you're eating all the things that is making you break your contract of life, which lasts for your entire life. There is no limit of days for this law, because it's forever and ever. You can jump back on that contract anytime you choose to. I'm just bringing it to your attention. You can go on and go light up your barbecue right after you listen to this message. It's on you. But if you want to move back into the plan of the Most High, first you have to go back to the contract that he mentioned on the first page of the Bible. Genesis 1 verse 28. He wants to bless you. He wants to let you multiply upon the land. He wants to let you get everything that you need from the land to eat, to build yourself up as a people. And he wants you to subdue. He's going to let you subdue everything on the land or in the sea. So everything you're afraid of that's on the land right now, at one point you were subduing all of them because you were following this contract. You were adamant that you weren't going to violate this contract until someone else who knows about the contract came in and pulled you away from it. But we'll get to that. We won't focus on Lucifer on this one. I got to give you the contract and I have to give it to you plain so you can understand it. This is your contract in its simplest form, one page in front of you. This is the agreement that was made by the Most High and the Lord with you as part of the book of Jubilees, as part of Genesis 15 and Genesis 17. This is your contract. This is your agreement. This is your covenant. The Lord agrees with the children of Israel will not destroy the land by flood anymore, ever again. All the days of the land, planting season, sowing season, and reaping season, harvest season, there will be no end. So the land will be fruitful as ever. He agrees to that. The 4 seasons will remain forever because you're in the middle of the planet. That's where the children of Israel resides. The temperate zone, as it's called. The Shemites got that. The sons of Noah, that's what you got. That's why he's singling out the children of Israel, because that's the Shemites he's referring to now. Let the Gentiles do what they want to do. But I'm talking to the Shemites, the black man and the black woman, who are in the center of the planet right now, the temperate zone. You will have that forever. The children of Israel and their descendants will increase greatly forever. The children of Israel and their descendants will be blessed forever. The children of Israel and their descendants will subdue and rule over everything on the land and the seas forever. The children of Israel and their descendants, their names will be esteemed before the Lord forever. That's the agreement the Lord made. He said, this is what I'm agreeing to do for you. All you have to do is just one thing. That's all you have to do. The Lord agrees to 7 things. Here it looks like 4, but it's only 1. Children of Israel agree collectively and individually. So by yourself, you are bonded to this agreement. And as a group of dark-skinned, melanated people, the children of Israel, the children of Jacob, the children of Judah, you agree you will not eat blood which was in any flesh for all time. That's the one agreement. The next 3 is just breaking out the different type of flesh that you're going to eat, which you shouldn't be eating. They would not eat any blood of beast all time, any blood of birds all time, any blood of cattle for all time. You are not going to eat any blood which is in any flesh all time. That's your one agreement that you have to uphold. Only agreement. There's the one that added to it, no idols. But I'm not going to cover idols. That's a later agreement. This is the first agreement that was made after the floods with the children of Israel. And it's true forever and forever. This agreement between the Lord and the children of Israel is for all times, forever. And both the Lord and the children of Israel and their descendants agree to keep it always, unless the children of Israel and their descendants or their descendants eat any blood of beast, any blood of birds, any blood of cattle, any blood which is in a flesh. If the children of Israel violate by eating any of these things, they and their descendants shall be uprooted from the land. Brings me back to children of Israel. This is where all your plights, your affliction, all your sufferings, all your bondage, all the lack of knowledge, all the taking advantage of comes from. You were pulled away from your contract by those who know that this is your contract and this is the one thing I need to let them do, so they'll be uprooted from their contract, uprooted from their land, and uprooted from these 7 things that the Lord promised unto them. And you know the Lord and the Most High don't make promise they can't fulfill. So you had to keep that only one promise, not to eat flesh which is of blood. Brings me back to your contract. This is the only thing that you have to maintain as part of your contract. Genesis 1 verse 29, Genesis 9 verse 4. That's the only thing that you need to obey to be under the contract individually as a person by yourself, if you want to think about yourself. And if you want to think about the children of Israel as a group, this is the same thing. Children of Israel, the dark-skinned, melanated black man and black woman, this is your contract right here, the summary, the only part that you have to maintain in your contract. Herbs, trees, fruits that are seeded shall be your meat. Genesis 9 verse 4, but flesh which is of the life, which has blood in it, you shall not eat. That's your contract. Don't let anyone steer you in a wrong direction. Go back to the books, do your own research, do your own connecting the dots. That's your agreement here. This is your agreement here as well. Eat no meat, no blood with flesh, and you get all these things. Eat no meat, no flesh, cattle, beast, fowls or birds, none of that. And your blessings will be forever. But since you have been taken off it, and you've gone away from it, your blessings, anytime you want your blessings, you can get it back. Just go back to the agreement. Say, Lord, I'm back with the agreement. I stopped eating all these things that I shouldn't be eating and violating the contract. I'm not going to violate the contract anymore. I'm going to come back to it, and I'm going to eat as you have required and specified that I should eat. Everything comes back to you, because the Lord will uphold his end of the agreement. His words do not change. Man changes, woman changes, but the Lord and the Most High, their words do not change. Their promise stays the same. Your 5 divine laws come back to you. It starts with the food. Because whoever knew about your contract get you off your food. Here it is. This is it. Therefore, if you obey my voice, my instructions in your actions and keep my contract, then you shall be my special treasure unto me, my Lord, Thoth Melchizedek Jehovah, above all other people, for all of the America is mine. All the planet is mine. Stop eating your cattle. Stop eating your beast. Stop eating your birds. Come back to my covenant. You shall be my special people, Exodus 19, verse 5, Psalms 135, verse 4, and the Lord has chosen Jacob and has chosen Israel, Jacob for himself, Israel for a special treasure. A peculiar treasure, because Israel are the ones who said, I'm going to stop eating this damn meat. I don't want any more meat. I got high blood pressure. I got diabetes. I walk every day. I run every day. But the weight won't go away. I said, doctor, what's wrong with me? The doctor give me more pills that I can fit in my pill cases. My love handles are getting bigger. My belly is getting bigger. My skin is breaking out. Bumps all over my body. Rash all over my skin. I don't feel good. I'm always upset and irritable. I don't feel good. What's wrong with me? Everything is going wrong with me. I think it's the meat. Dr. Sabi told me the meat was killing me. Told me to go back to a herb because I'm a herbivore. And I decided I'm going to do it. Without knowing Israel, you kicked yourself back into the agreement, into the contract unknowingly. But that's what's happening. I'm just here to highlight it to you. You found a way to kick yourself, to put yourself back into the contract. That's why Israel, oh, my dark-skinned melanated people who have made that spiritual change. That's why all these things are happening to you. All the blessings are coming back. You're multiplying. Your words are going out and you're getting other people to join back to the contract. You're subduing all these negative things around you. All these evil beings that are telling you to go vaccinate yourself, chase after money, chase after women, go drink liquor. No, you subdue them all because you move back to the contract just by changing your food, oh children of Israel. This is not for everyone. It is your instruction. Israel, Jacob, that's your instructions to you. Doesn't stop there. For you, oh Israel, oh Louis, oh children of Jacob, by knowledge and wisdom, that's art, knowledge and wisdom, a holy people, you're spiritual beings. Israel, you got that spiritual awakening. You're a spiritual beings. Unto the Lord, though you're netta. The Lord has chosen you, Israel, to be the special people, the sons of God, the sons of the Most High. Unto himself he chose you above all other race of people. Oh, my dark-skinned melanated folks, who have made that change in your name from Jacob to Israel. You have gotten that spiritual awakening. You are above all other people, though that are upon this face of this earth. Earth is America, and it also can mean the planet. Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. 1 Peter 2 verse 9, but you are a chosen bloodline, a chosen generation, a chosen lineage, because you are under the agreement that was in place for Noah. Then he made a new agreement, which is the same agreement with Abraham. You keep getting that same agreement handed down, generation after generation. You are royal priesthood. You come from a royal bloodline. But someone gave you meat and made you break your agreement, your contract. You are a holy nation. If you go back to your contract, you become priesthood. You become a holy nation. It said so, didn't it? You're going to multiply beyond measures. Didn't it say that? Priesthood, I'm going to bless you. You're going to be esteemed in front of me. Didn't it say that? That's what your agreement said. You are a peculiar people, a special people, a special race of people. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. They just pull you off your contract. Though you should know. Though it's not that. Though you should know. You should show your praises to him. Though you should know. You should show your praises to the Most High and to the Lord. They put that there, but it's not. It's not that. Who has called you, who has took you out of darkness, out of breaking your contract, bring you back to your contract, into marvelous light. Because he took you from out of that, breaking the agreement which lasts forever, eating all your swines, all your chicken, all your cows, and all your pigs, and all your goats, and whatever else you're eating. That's not on the list in Genesis 1 verse 29. Darkness. Then he brought you back to that spiritual being who you are. You stop breaking the contract. Which brings me to the pause point in this message. Guess who knows about your eternal covenant? Guess who knows about your contract with the Lord and the Most High? Guess who knows about the agreement of the contract? Guess who knows how to help you to violate the agreement? Guess who will cover that guess in the next message? Until that time, stand strong, be strong, stay strong in the contract, in the agreement with the Most High and the Lord. Allah, Yah, Yod, He, Vahu, He. Elohim, God in our modern day name, and the Lord, Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah. Keep the contract alive for Israel. Let Israel go back to the contract. Let Jacob go back to the contract and be this marvelous light who they are. All praise be to the Most High and the Lord.